All right, hey everybody. I'm Jawsomesauce, huge Godzilla fanatic, bringing you Godzilla Monsters and Monsters for the Nintendo Entertainment System. This game is really fun and awesome, but instead of doing the fun and awesome full runs that I normally do, we're going to do the RNG heavy practice mode known as Destroy All Monsters. So normally in this game, you are Godzilla and Mothra, and you travel through multiple planets, different stages, trying to fight all the different monsters from the good classic Godzilla movies. The normal run takes about an hour or so. This one takes about 12 minutes, 12 to 13 minutes. However, there are several things that can go very wrong. I'll tell you, Dave, in a second when you can hit the time. I'll count it down, but just to give you an explanation, there's two parts of this game. There's kind of a tactics little overworld map that looks like a chess game, and which leads to where you're going to go, and then there's the actual monster fights. So for Destroy All Monsters, instead of having to go through 9 or so levels, you just have Earth 1, and all the monsters in the game are placed right there on the map. And so you go through this little tactics area, picking levels and adjusting to where the monsters are, and you have to fight all the monsters to win. So you get to start at level 8. Normally you level up through the process. You end up at like level 15 or so by the end of the game, and the monsters get progressively stronger as you go through the normal game. But here, they're all at max level. So you're level 8, they're at like level 15 or so. You see where I'm going with this. There's a couple crazy RNG aspects, and sometimes what can happen, actually most of the time, is you get to the end and King Ghidorah, the Godzilla's main nemesis, he just kills you. We call it the Texas Pete. So we're hoping to not get Texas Peated, where Ghidorah will just lock you in, and that just sucks. But hey, that's what we're here for. We're here for disasters. What could be a bigger disaster than a giant monster rampaging through Earth? So our goal here is to beat all the monsters and then leave the planet. All right, get ready, Dave. I'm gonna hit end to start the game. Give you a countdown in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We start off, this map is just a way of showing where the levels are. You've got two different kinds of game in this. You've got a side-scrolling platform, not really, but side-scrolling beat-em-up battle thing. I don't know what you'd call this. This is just side-scrolling stuff. You get to be Godzilla, blow up stuff. It's good times. Then eventually we get to fight monsters, and when we fight the monsters, it's like almost like a Street Fighter style battle scene. And I'll talk more about that when we get to that. So we have some side-scrolling areas. These are always the same. You know, whatever little tile is on the screen, it's going to be the same side. So you can just learn the game by memorizing where to go and everything. We take turns. You get to control Godzilla and Mothra. The AI, your computer, controls everything else. And it goes back and forth. Your team, their team, back and forth to determine who goes. They can attack you, you can attack them. Right now we're heading up to attack the first monster, Godzilla, who, fun fact, isn't even a Godzilla monster. But whatever. Toho, I guess, needed to throw it. The developers in Toho needed to throw in a new monster, and they put 2 in that weren't even in Godzilla movies at the time. So you'll see Maguire and Godzilla coming up. Now Godzilla is our first big RNG determination. Godzilla here is the tickle monster who just doesn't hurt you, but can lock you into the left side until time is running out. You have about, 40 seconds or so to beat a monster in a fight before it goes back to the main screen. They get a little health back and whatever. But here's what happens. Godzilla goes over to the left and just tickles you. Doesn't hurt you, just tickles you. So you just kind of hope that it doesn't tickle you and you're able to beat it. Because what happens in this mode is that you want to control all the movement on the overworld screen. So if it tickles you and you don't get to finish the fight, okay, we got to finish that one. That was nice, right at the last second. But if you don't beat Godzilla in that first time, the whole setup is wrong, and you're off kilter for the rest of the run. So we made it through the first RNG check. That's a big reset spot. You can still keep playing the game after that, but it's gonna be a lot harder, and monsters will be in a worse setup for you. So each monster has a cool, unique battle. They have different weak points. This is Varen. He's he likes to get punched, but if we put him on the right side of the screen, he'll start headbutting me off the screen. And then he has a different kind of hitbox distance for where Godzilla's breath will hit him. So that was a pretty good fight. No problem there. Now we're going to kill Mothra because she's kind of useless. We do that a lot in this game. We just kill Mothra. The way this game works is in order to beat the levels, you have to get all of your surviving monsters to the opposite end where the little like military base tile is. And if you kill one of your monsters, you only have to worry about the second one. So a lot of times we just intentionally kill Mothra, so we only have to deal with one. We're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait and let Mothra just bite it hard on this one. And then the full runs, the same thing happens if you're just using one monster. Like, I mostly do the Godzilla Warpless run, where we just kill Mothra every stage, just so Godzilla can do all the work. And there goes Mothra. Bye, Mothra. Thanks for your sacrifice. It is Father's Day. It's not Mothra's Day. Here we have Meguera, the other not Godzilla monster. Meguera had its own Toho thing. See how long their health bar is, right? We're at level 8, so we have kind of this full bar. They're much higher. When you play this game normally, they start out with like a really short bar, and it just gets progressively bigger and harder. So it's not too crazy when you play normally, but this Destroy All Monsters mode is really good for practice because you just get the full Monty, you know? If you're ever thinking about picking up Godzilla Monster of Monsters as a full run to work on, highly recommend playing this mode as just kind of the practice mode, because you learn all the techniques to beat the bosses, and you get really good at just what's happening. Oh, that's a place you could die. It's called the Death Magnet. They'll just appear and want to wreck your life. Game is really fun. Definitely recommend checking out like a full game. Meguera looks like he's from Sesame Street. Yeah, it's like Elmo's best friend, Meguera. How to get to Meguera Street? This game is very lag heavy. It does a lot of work with sprites for a Nintendo game. There's a lot going on. You know, they're able to put stuff in the background. They use that black solid background to be able to do a lot of work on the sprites. They only use a couple colors. One thing you'll see on a couple of these fights is I'm not mashing. I'm doing a rhythmic. I'm mashing rhythmically. There is kind of a speed you find. Hedorah's not going to let me get close to him anymore, which is a bummer. There we go. Oh. If you find the rhythm, then you're getting your maximum amount of damage in there. If you mash too fast, you actually slow down. This is Baragon, another RNG doofus. This little thing will just do this kind of thing where he hops up in the air. Just doesn't take any damage, slows your day down. You can do a little damage with your breath, but for the most part, just stops the damage entirely. He also has a troll face. I haven't seen the troll face in a while, which means I feel like we're due for that. But he just kind of looks at the camera and goes, and if you've ever seen it, I know some Space Colonizer, some other folks have emotes with it. So I don't know if yeah, there it is. But this actually was a really good fight. You don't normally get this in one fight in Destroy All Monsters. If you do, it's a miracle, and it's a free PB if you get to finish the thing. Look at that! This thing just hates me. It gives me a fireball. With Baragon doesn't even have fireballs. It just hits me anyway. This was a pretty good fight, and I got a death skip, so we don't have to watch any death animation. So this is a fun game. You know, we're feeling really good about how things are going right now, but King Ghidorah still has his final say on how things go. But here's another example of finding the rhythm on the punches. If you practice a little bit, you just kind of get it right away. This guy does a lot of damage. This is another RNG where he could just kill me if he wants to be a brat. We're doing okay. Look at my health, it's real low, it's not good. Not a problem in the big game. But when you're fighting back-to-back bosses without much health refills, it gets really, really tough. Can we get this down in time? Oh, it was so close. Ah, I didn't find it. He was down to like no health left. Not a big deal. Just annoying. We lost about 10 seconds there. And now I'm a little off where I don't get to do the attack. When you beat a boss, you do get some health. These last two bosses are just brutal. Look how much health they have. It's ridiculous. And Mechagodzilla could just blast me to oblivion if he wants. So we're just gonna have to hope. But this is a great game to practice, a great mode to practice the full game if you want to learn it. It's fun. It takes, again, it's about an hour and 15 minute run or so. I'm really close to dying on this one. Disaster may strike. I'm hoping for the timer to run out so that I can get out of this fight and go find some health before he kills me. I'm almost dead. It's not looking good. And Godzilla's down. We have hit disaster. Mechagodzilla wins. That's how the game goes. Didn't even get to King Ghidorah. And that's why this is a marathon unsafe mode. Because sometimes they just kill you and you just go, damn, because it's destroy all monster mode. But that's what happens. That's how the game works. You know, the full game, again, so it's destroy all monsters. All you gotta do, I'll show you real fast before I get out of town here. The password itself is, and actually I'll show you something else really quick too, if that's okay with Dave, is that the password is destroy all monsters, and it's a 0, so it's like destroy all monsters. It's really funny. So you have destroy al space monsters. So there you go. If you want to play this yourself, you have that. The one thing I will let's see, can I do this? I will show you one cool thing real quick. Sorry, let me delete all this. LL monsters, he knows what he did. Let's see if I remember this. I think this is it. It's just Ghidorah. There is a unfinished thing. I think it's H. There it is. Okay, so this is the unfinished Ghidorah level. I'll show you real fast. So it's like an unfinished game. You can see there's like some weird stuff going on. There's not even any monsters on it. It's a stage. I can click on stuff, but this is this is in the game for some reason. Speaking of disasters, it's just an unfinished level with some stuff. I don't know what this was supposed to be, but it's still in the game with the Ghidorah password. So do with that what you want with in your life. Good unfinished games. This game's great. It looked pretty janky with what you saw, but I promise you it's worth a play. Godzilla Monsters. I'm jawsomesauce. This is one of my main games that I play. Definitely check me out if you can. And thank you, Dave, for having me on. That's really all I got. Send it back on to you guys. Thanks so much. Spring on.